It's just one more step towards resolving the petitions challenging the victory of President Bola Tinubu in the 2023 presidential election. The Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. At the Supreme Court, Atiku insisted that President Tinubu must be disqualified from the election as he was not constitutionally qualified to contest that election. Meanwhile, the Apex Court dismissed the appeal filed by the Allied People's Movement, APM. Julie, let's start from Allied People's Movement, though. They were contesting the nomination of the vice president, and they faulted it, and they went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court's response today said, this is what we've decided. It's just a waste of our time.
And they were with costs.
You know, until they start disgracing some landed silks in our country, this nonsense will not stop. This nonsense won't stop. Those judges in the Supreme Court, they are now down to 10. Because Justice Datijo, you know, is going to retire on the 27th of this month. Because he's going to retire on the 27th of this month, there is no way that you can put him on any panel at this stage.
So they overstretched.
Because somebody who is living a matter of days, today is 23rd. You can't put him on a panel. That's why when that story came out that, last week, we had a listed Supreme Court justices that will handle this matter, I saw clearly, I knew clearly that this is fake news all over again. By tradition, Supreme Court does not release the names of his panel, the panel to handle a matter until the morning of the matter. Even those judges that the CJN will pick, we don't know until the morning. So when I saw some days before, they put people like Ogun Umiju there, you know, I said, these people,
some people are saying
have lied again.
Themselves that four of
no, they put even this dirty Joe. They put this dirty Joe on the panel. They put dirty Joe on the panel. So I knew that, look, this thing was not true. I was discussing with one of the editors of one of the, I think MD, and I said, this is a lie, sir. Forget this story. When I now read an account of another paper, I saw that Dirty Joe was not included. I said, you see, who released it? Certainly,
not
the registrar of the Supreme Court released to the press that on Monday there will be hearing. Nobody released the list of judges to sit on the panel. What Nigerians will cause with fake news and the irresponsibility of people, a lot of people on social media,
just want to burn the country.
Only God will save us. Because they don't do that. It's not their tradition. So let's move away from there.
Yeah.
Now, APM. The Supreme Court ruled on May 28th this year that Shetima, the vice president, was validly nominated
by the party.
I was surprised that in spite of that,
They went to the tribunal.
Peter Obi's lawyers, it was one of the main grounds
Cornerstones of this case. Yeah.
upon which they were contesting the victory of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petitions Court. Normally, since
The matter has been
the matter had been decided, it shouldn't have been included in your prayers before the court. But of course, that is their, maybe, since they don't have so much, they don't have tons of evidence, in spite of the assurances
They have
to look for
straws.
technicalities. We can't find enough evidence that he didn't win the election. Let's go for.
Let's just throw it in. Maybe
What
one of them
Atiku
will
is doing today, before this same Supreme Court, is an attempt to still use technicality, not facts that transpired on election day, to kick Tinubu out of office. APM despite seeing that the Supreme Court had decided on the matter, still wanted the Supreme Court to review its own matter and rule on a matter that it had decided. I don't think I know any country where people are this rascally
abuse the court
in the judicial process.
I think that's why they withdrew the case.
No, they didn't withdraw the case. The Supreme Court judges told them
Frontally.
to go ahead and withdraw it. The Supreme Court, sometimes if you are pushing a matter,
It doesn't make sense.
to them they know that you don't have a case. As you are standing before them, they can tell you, withdraw this matter.
Bros.
So when you withdraw it, they will now proceed to formally dismiss it. That's what happened. It's not as if it came, they decided on their own to withdraw. No, they were told that, okay, what are you even here for? You can't ask for something without an end. If, for example, if we say now that you want this matter, what do you want to do?
How do we answer your
You want
prayers?
to become president?
How do we answer your prayers?
You want to become president?
ask their candidates.
Okoro JSC, who is the leader of the panel, he made that point that, look, you can't come before us without a real goal in mind. What is your goal? Because if you are talking about the parties that can become president, you know, APM can.
Just want to be a stumbling.
So at the end of the day, they tell, okay, this matter,
they're wasting our time.
Withdraw it. They withdrew it. The Supreme Court now proceeded to formally dismiss it. That's what happened. Even when two parties like you and I, if we have a matter
in front of the justice,
and we decided that, okay, we wanted to withdraw the matter, we will approach the court to say, okay, we want to withdraw this matter. Once we have taken all the steps towards that, the court will now proceed to dismiss.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
All right. We take this breather. When we come back,